Hey, this is Jason and Colt with Walrus Audio. We're here to talk about the Juliana. The new Stereo Deluxe Chorus vibrato pedal that we came out with. We're super excited about it. There's a lot of new features, so let's talk through it. What you got, Colt?
Let's do that the other way around.
Okay, why don't you tell us a little more about it? Hey, here's another idea. Move your phone.
Ask me nicely.
Move your Hey Colt, why don't you tell us where the idea came from?
So the idea came from the Julia. Can you believe it?
Wait, which one is that?
So the Julia is another guitar pedal that we make here right behind us.
Oh, I knew it sounded familiar. Yeah.
So you guys did us a solid and displayed your love for the Julia over the years. And there's a couple things that the Julia does really well. And then we wanted to build on that. We wanted to have a Julia, but we wanted to have it be full stereo in, stereo out. We wanted the Julia, but we wanted tap tempo and tap input. We wanted the Julia, but we wanted selectable wave shapes. We wanted a couple of other features. Talk about some of the coding inside that gives it some of the drift features and some of the ramp up features.
All right, let's do it. Well, so on the Julia, everything's analog, right? And on the Juliana, everything is analog except the control portion of the pedal. So the audio circuit is all analog. It's the same as the Julia, in fact. And what we've done is we've just bolted on digital controls to that, which gives us exactly like that. And that gives
just
us
bolted it on.
Yeah, and that gives us the ability to do all kinds of things, like have multiple complex wave shapes like this random wave shape here on the bottom. It gives us the ability to have a tap input, tap tempo, to have an expression input, which you have control over the rate and depth with that. It also gives us, of course, tap division ability there. And we've actually taken the Julia audio section and duplicated it. And so you actually have two channels of Julia running through the pedal, and that's what creates this full stereo audio path through the Juliana.
Which in the industry is called chorus mitosis.
I should be taking notes. The DCV knob here is just like the Julia, and that operates on the mono channel. And so you can blend between full dry to full wet vibrato in the mono channel. When you run either stereo out or full stereo in, full stereo out, the stereo channel is vibrato only, and so that allows you to run the DCV knob again on the mono channel in dry, and gives you a dry output and a pure vibrato output, and those together running to two different amplifiers or a headphone amp or to a mixing console allows you to hear the chorus effect come to life with two different channels instead of all being done in one mono channel like the Julia.
It also turns on and it turns off with the tap of your foot. We wanted to make sure we put that feature in there for you guys. One of my favorite features on here are the drift feature mixed and paired with the random wave shape feature.
It's great.
It's delightful. It's trippy. It's tastefully trippy. Tell us a little bit about what drift does.
Yeah, so drift applies an LFO to your rate knob. So it's as if someone comes to the Juliana and slowly moves the rate knob back and forth. The more drift that you engage, the further the rate knob moves back and forth. And to do that, you just hold down bypass and then turn up the depth pot, and that lets you dial in the amount of drift that you want to use.
Tastefully trippy.
Like Colt mentioned, this is great to use in kind of all the different configurations, but it's especially fun on random because it takes the random wave and really makes it a bit even more random. Speaking of random wave shapes, I love that concept on modulation pedals, especially pitch modulation pedals, because it creates this quirky, unpredictable tone that is identifiable, but you can't really recreate. It becomes a part all in itself. that kind of really stands out in a mix or in a production. The digital control side allowed us to come up with a true random wave. A lot of people have sort of pseudo-random waves or things that, waves that they call random but aren't really random, and that's great, but this is an actual true random waveform that does not repeat itself. Another kind of special extra feature is the secondary LFO rate. So you can dial in a bass rate with the rate pot like you would expect to do. And then you can also hold down bypass. The bypass LED will start blinking at a second rate. While you're holding it down, change the rate pot to what you want your secondary LFO rate to be, and then you can release. And then if you want to ramp to that rate, you hold down the tap switch. So if your bass pedal, say your pedal is set a little slower, maybe like this, and your secondary rate you had set up here a little faster, when you engage the tap switch or when you hold it down, the pedal will realize that it's set slower than the secondary LFO rate, and it'll ramp up to that secondary rate. And the opposite works as well. So if you're set to a faster rate and your secondary rate is slower, the pedal will realize that and it will ramp down to that rate. So some pretty cool ways to be expressive on the fly with the secondary LFO rate and holding down the tap switch there.
We wanted to use the same color scheme as the Julia, and we didn't want them to look the same, but we wanted them to look like they were sisters. So we worked with one of our favorite artists, Adam Forrester, to generate what would look like the sister to the Julia. And what we came out with, we're really excited about, we're really happy with.
It's the art on the front of the pedal.
That's
the ink. It's printed. Yeah.
Thank you for watching. We hope to try it out. Give it a shot. If it works for you, your guitar rig, or your keyboard rig, we'd love to hear about it, and we'd love to see it posted on your socials. So post it on social media, tag us, and we'll respond promptly because we love you. We're thankful for you. See ya.